up, guys? This is Nathan, and I'm Reviewer Guy here, doing another album review. It's a bit late, and I know what I said about that whole 2-week rule thing. I broke it once for the new Blue October album. I'm breaking it again. I might change it to a 3-week rule, because things happen. I can't always get to albums within 2 weeks of their release, and I really want to get to these albums because if I put them on my list, I have some interest of getting to them, and I really want to do that, and I don't want to have to skip a bunch like I did uh, in the last quarter of 2015. So, with that in mind, let's get into the review of Avatar's new album, Feathers and Flesh. This is their 6th album, and this album goes along with a novel, and it tells the story of the novel. I think that's a pretty cool concept. It's not the first time that a band has done this kind of thing, but it definitely is an interesting thing. I mean, for example, Coheed and Cambria, pretty much their entire discography is like that with the exception of their last album. But regardless of that, it shows that the band has a bit more creativity than you would think. And that's always a great thing to see because if they can come up with something to go along with their music, who knows how creative the music itself is going to be. Now, this album starts out strong, but it gets a bit weaker in the middle portion towards the second half. It still has its moments in the second half. It just gets a little dull in points, and it feels a bit weaker musically. Not by too much, but it is a little bit on the weaker side. And it seems like Johannes is using his clean vocals more than his harsh vocals on each passing album that Avatar has released, which isn't a bad thing. He has a great voice and he's good at doing both clean and harsh vocals, and I really like the fact that he decides to experiment with both of those things. He uses a couple of different vocal styles throughout the album, and they pretty much all work. Almost everything he does is fantastic vocally on this album. But the album does drag on a little bit. As I said earlier, it felt a little dull in points, and that's probably because it's an hour long. I don't have the best attention span in the world, um, so sometimes longer albums like this kind of just lose my attention. But that's a me thing, really, more so than an album thing. But it does kind of affect it, in my opinion. The way I review it, it does. The length does feel a tad unnecessary. I get that they were trying to tell a story with this album, but it didn't have to be all that long. I'm. It's more of a nitpick, honestly, because an hour is not too bad, but I feel like it could have been a little shorter and not have been affected that much. But with all that being said, this is still a pretty good album. I do enjoy it. Favorites on the album: House of Eternal Hunt, The Eagle Has Landed, New Land, Furthest Swarm, and Pray the Sun Away. And there are other great songs in the album as well that aren't really my favorites, but they're still pretty good, such as Toothpick and Claws, not bad, or When the Snow Lies Red, stuff like that. Overall, the album gets an 8.5 out of 10. I would give it a 9, but the dragging, the bit of dullness, it starts to add up, and that didn't go away with more listens either. It was pretty consistent, so I feel like an 8.5 is very fair for this album. It's still a good album. Don't get me wrong, I still enjoy this album a lot. It's still very good, regardless of the negative things I've said of it. I like it. That's the bottom line. What did you guys think of the album? Let me know down there, of course. My social media stuff is in the description. Stuff and things, all that jazz. I'll try to get back into the swing of things. I feel like I'm always saying that. But it is what it is. Also, one more thing. I don't do this kind of thing usually. I don't. But, I'm at 51 subscribers as of when I'm recording this video. I've been at this since 2014. January of 2014, I started this channel. Can we get to 100 subscribers by the end of the year? Let's see. I don't think I'm gonna put an incentive program in, because I don't want that. I don't want subscribers to subscribe just because they'll get some sort of prize or anything like that. I want them to subscribe because they enjoy my content, not because I'm giving this or that away. No, I don't care for that stuff. I want legitimate subscribers who will watch my content regularly, give me feedback on it, all that, not someone who just wants something free. No, I don't want that kind of subscriber. But I would really love to see this channel grow. I would really love to see it hit 100 subscribers by the end of 2016. I'll probably do a special video for 100 subscribers. As for an incentive, you're probably not getting anything. If that sounds like a dick move, I'm sorry, but I want legitimate subscribers. I don't want subscribers who just want free stuff. Sorry, that's not how I roll. But now that I've talked enough about that, yeah, that's about it. So I'll see you guys on the next video, which will be the review of Sick Puppy's new album, Fury. Also got the album review of the Lacuna Coil's new album, Delirium. Stuff being released on the 3rd of the month, Volbeat, Beartooth. There's another one, Hell Yeah. I'll be reviewing their new album. Stuff in the future. Stuff's coming. Stuff is coming. Well, that's it for this video. I've droned on long enough about stuff. So I'll see you guys in the next one. ThatAlbumReviewerGuy signing off.